The old Warden Works clocks were, the first one was 1806 on up to about 1845. And by the works in that one and the way it's done, I would say it's about a 1820. Although I don't know the maker or whatever, there's no, you might somewhere could run across exactly that clock, but it's not, I've looked through my books, it's not in mine.
Okay.
But anyway, the reason they did wooden works back then was England would not let the U.S. manufacture. We could not have a brass rolling mill here. So all the brass had to be imported from England, and it was extremely expensive. So Terry is the one that developed the type works in this, and he might have made that set of works that's in there now. It looks a lot like one of his. You can take his book and read it if you want. Anyhow, he developed the wooden works, everybody copied it, they made them. And then in about 1838, 1840, they built the first brass rolling mill in, I believe it was Connecticut. And then after that time, they started using brass to make the clocks with and didn't need to use the wood anymore. And a lot of these, you'll see clocks that look very much like this one that have brass works. The later version, they still have the weight braces down each side.
So this clock is how old?
About 1820, I would say.
About 1820. And that's the original glass.
Original glass. Don't break it. It will cost you $1,000 for a new piece of glass like that.
Oh my God.
That was what I said at the time he told me this is.
But anyway, that's the back showing you the pivots where they came through. And what they would do, they would make the wooden shafts. Let me see if I can come back and find. This doesn't really show the pivots very well, but you see they'd make the wooden shaft, and then that was a piece of steel wire driven into the end, was the actual pivot on it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it would run in the wood. And the reason I said 1820 on that is because the newer ones, they had improved bushings. They took a little thin strip of brass and would make like a little horseshoe piece and drive it into the hole so those pivots were running on brass instead of on the wood. And that one has on wood. Anyhow.